All right, matching up in the center circle, Garrett Heen, the 6'9 junior for Furman. Shannon Grant, the 6'10 junior for Mercer. We are underway. Bears control. Luis Hurtado, the grad transfer from Bryant College, controls the ball for Mercer. That's Sean Walker Jr. Michael Zanoni, James Glisson III, and Shannon Grant round out Mercer's starting five. Jalen McCreary normally would start. Banged his hip in a game the other night, Saturday, against Western Carolina, not starting. Is expected to play, and the Bears get good work inside from Shannon Grant. Only his 5th game thus far since coming back from injury, Dean.
Yeah, good point about McCreary, right? We've got to watch him as he comes in, and a great offensive rebound by Grant.
The veteran Furman lineup: Pagis, Bothwell, Foster, Heen, and Slauson. They will shoot the three, and the first one goes, and that's Marcus Foster, the redshirt junior from Atlanta.
Hey, many times Foster is the MVP of this talented Paladins team. I mean, Bothwell and Slauson get the headlines, and rightfully so. Marcus Foster is a talented basketball player.
Glisson missed inside, but there's Grant working hard. He's got his second putback. Strong start to the game for Mercer's Shannon Grant.
Well, he's exceeded his points per game average already.
How about that move by Bothwell, and got the roll too. So the senior from Cleveland Heights, Ohio, averaging nearly 20 a game, is on the board.
Well, Furman leads the Southern Conference in scoring at almost 82 points a game. You cannot celebrate after a made basket. You've got to sprint back and build the house in transition.
Grant, Zanoni, the freshman, from the corner, good. So Michael Zanoni tees up his first three, shooting over 41% from behind the arc, and Mercer has the early 2-point lead. And Hurtado, a little sloppy play there, but a great comeback by Furman's Jalen Slauson, only to have Sean Walker Jr. be right there to slam home the bucket. And a nice strong move by Slauson back at the other end.
Well, a terrific start for Mercer. You see they're focused. You see the energy and effort, although if there's one thing through just the first 2+ minutes, it's transition defense.
Glisson. Hurtado. Nice play by Heen, who anticipated the pass and picked it off.
Hurtado doesn't make many mistakes like that.
Pagis with the left hand high off the glass, in and out. Good job by Heen, who deflected that one off Hurtado, so the Paladins will retain the basketball.
And you see immediately, Coach Ritchie goes to the bench and brings in Tyrese Huey to maybe guard Shannon Grant just a little bit better and keep him off the offensive boards.
Heen takes a seat. Inbound pass. Slauson, this is Bothwell with Walker on him. You talked about this matchup, Dean.
That is a matchup to watch, as well as Glisson and Slauson.
Long three as Marcus Foster drains it. Foster coming off a double-double against ETSU, 21 points and 11 rebounds, and he's off to a strong start here.
His numbers, much like Sean Walker, his numbers are up this year. 4th year in the program. He just continued to work and get better every year. And through graduation of Alex Hunter and Conley Garrison, it's now become his time.
Near steal, but Hurtado gets it back. It's Grant. Soft touch off the glass, and Shannon Grant is feeling it early, 3 for 3. But back the other way, you talked about the transition defense, and Huey gets the easy basket.
Yeah, and I hate to be critical of the Bears, but that's just unacceptable. You cannot, particularly after a made basket, you can't not get back in transition.
Walker to Grant. Grant battles his way in. Tough shot there. Had to kind of drop it in over his head.
It was almost a big man's heat check, right? I mean, he was feeling it pretty good. He's got every right to take another shot in close.
Bothwell to the basket. And that is why he is one of the best in the conference.
Well, sometimes I hate the phrase you hear commentators saying he can score at all 3 levels, but it's so true about Bothwell. I mean, he can get to the rim. He's got a nice mid-range pull-up. He can also shoot the 3.
Hurtado says the ball was deflected by Furman. Referees disagreeing. So as we stand now, it's the Paladins' ball. A little over 4 minutes played, and both teams in the groove offensively. Furman leads Mercer 14-11. You're watching college basketball. It's the SoCon on a Wednesday night.
First 3 years, he won more games than any Mercer coach through the first 3 seasons. Been a little tough sledding here in the last couple of weeks. Got to believe that he and his staff are going to get things turned around, and we've seen it already, at least at the offensive end.
Right, Kamar Robertson has checked in for Mercer. He's guarding J.P. Pegues. Pegues will take the long 3 off the screen and get it to go. Pegues shooting about 37% from beyond the arc. If Furman shoots the ball well, Dean, they are a very dangerous team.
Absolutely, because they can do it at both ends of the court. But Kamar can't go underneath that screen right there. That was just too easy for Pegues.
Walker working hard. Nice move inside. Tough shot. Wouldn't go. Jock Quinones to McCreary, who's in the game. Missed the one. The other wouldn't go. The Bears still battling, though. And Walker tees up a 3. No. Tough stretch there. The Bears working hard, but are not rewarded. And the Paladins have the ball in the hands of Pegues.
Well, you've got to like, though, that they are really getting after it on the offensive glass. Didn't see they weren't rewarded right there, but nonetheless, that's got to make Greg Gary happy.
I played a little over 5 minutes before the first foul of the game is called. Our officials are Billy Dunlap, Zelton Steed, and Michael Terry. A couple of veterans in Dunlap and Steed. Michael Terry, a younger fella working the game.
An outstanding crew. I mean, Dunlap and Steed have officiated ACC, SEC for years. You get these kind of crews in the Southern Conference on Wednesday nights.
Pegues dishes out a long 3 from Marcus Foster. That's his 3rd bucket. Foster on fire early. Redshirt junior out of Atlanta.
Again, I mean, they're getting really good looks.
Walker has an open 3. No. Glisson, good job controlling the rebound. Now the freshman Quinones. Strong move inside, gets the roll. Good play by the 6'4 freshman from Orlando, Jock Quinones.
And the Bears needed that. They're outworking Furman at the offensive end, but conversely, Furman's outworking them at their offensive end.
Furman 8 of 9 from the floor. Long 3, and if the big guys can step out like Tyrese Huey, the 6'6 sophomore from Columbus, Ohio, could be a long night for the Bears.
He's not known necessarily as a 3-point shooter, but boy, there's so many bigs in the Southern Conference that can make shots behind the arc.
Furman 5 for 5 from beyond the arc early going. Nice play by Walker, following up the miss from McCreary with the bucket.
Yeah, the freshman Ben Vanderwall just got caught ball watching right there, and that allowed Sean Walker just a free run to the rim. Nice switch that time by McCreary on to Pegues and didn't allow any free looks.
Everyone's shooting the 3s. That was Alex Williams, the sophomore from Ohio. The first miss from beyond the arc. Quinones gets it to go. So the freshman comes in, makes his presence felt with a nice bucket, and he'll go to the line to try and complete the 3-point play.
He's got a good feel. I've said this all season long. He's got a chance to be a really good player here in Mercer. Watch it here again. He recognizes it's one-on-one, no help comes, and he's got the body that can take a hit like that to be able to finish with an and-one opportunity.
Quinones with 4 points on the game so far. Shoots 76% from the line. Both coaches are substituting liberally. They've seen a lot of swapping around. A very fast-paced game thus far.
Yeah, it certainly is. Although, in a fast-paced, high-scoring game, it gives the Furman Paladins an advantage. Not that Mercer needs to slow this to a bear's crawl, no pun intended, but I don't know that they can win a game in the 90s.
Right, Quinones 3-point play cuts the lead to 5. It was 10 a minute ago. Oh, a nice backdoor cut right there. And they hit Vanderwall, and the 6'7 freshman from Elmhurst, Illinois, laid it in.
Yeah, no help by Kamar Robertson. He just stood there when the screen came. And nice job by Vanderwall to curl into the paint.
This is TJ Grant, the freshman, is going to get called for the offensive foul.
They dipped that shoulder right there. I thought when McCreary caught it there, that's really where he's at his best. About 15 feet and in, but yeah, that's a pretty easy call by the official on the baseline. You're right, partner. I mean, there's been about 8 or 9 guys played for each team thus far, less than 8 minutes into the game.
Every stoppage, there's 2 or 3 new bodies coming into the game for the first time or back into the game after sitting out. Good defense by Robertson there, knocked it away from Slauson. Heen, Grant working against him. Heen lowers the shoulder. Nice move right there by Garrett Heen, the junior from Concord, North Carolina.
Excellent footwork.
McCreary, good job there of knocking the ball off of Jalen Slauson. The under-12 timeout, 11 minutes, 58 seconds to go in a very fast-paced first half thus far. The Paladins are shooting lights out. They lead by 9. You're watching college basketball on a Wednesday night right here on ESPN.
The date since Mercer was able to pull off a win against Furman, again, that's domination. And back to your point of like 33rd all-time meeting, yeah, 4.5 hours, 5 hours away, two really good academic private schools in the Southeast. You would have thought that they would have played more, but the one that matters most is the one right now. And Mercer, they've got the ball out, but they've got to shore up the defense. They can't continue to allow Furman to shoot at this clip.
Yeah, Furman 11 of 13 thus far. Hurtado, nice move there. Lobs it to Grant. Grant backs in. They're going to get Grant for the offensive foul as he ran into Slauson.
Nice pass by Hurtado. He threw it only where Shannon Grant could catch it, but Grant felt like he needed to gain a little more position against the reigning Defensive Player of the Year in the Southern Conference, Jalen Slauson.
Joe Anderson, junior from Maryville, Tennessee, controls the ball. That's Heen. Back to Anderson. Grant on Anderson. Vanderwall. Little weave at the top. Heen. Heen's going to have to put it up. Air ball, shot clock violation, but the Bears have the ball, so they control. Good defensive effort there from Mercer.
Outstanding defense, in particular by Hurtado, who with his size can switch and guard most anybody from Furman.
Furman touched the ball, so the Bears able to go back and retrieve it. Grant, the freshman from right down the road in Kathleen, Georgia. Another freshman, Zanoni. Mercer had to beat the shot clock and didn't. So both teams back-to-back defensive efforts.
Well, that's a little bit on the guards, Michael Zanoni and Louis Hurtado. Like, you've got to know time and score and where the shot clock stands. Both of them kind of got caught, not recognized it was under 5 seconds.
J.P. Pegues, the 6'1 sophomore from Nashville, Tennessee, controls the basketball for the Paladins. Garrett Heen. Bothwell. Pegues, nice move right there. Let the defender fly by and dropped in the soft jumper.
Now Robertson, he's got to get it together at the defensive end. He was the one who allowed Vanderwall on that curl a couple possessions ago and then just go flying by right there. You've got to stay on your feet.
Glisson to Grant. Shot clock ticking towards 10. Robertson, he does this very well and had an open lane and the ball spun out.
Well, that thing wanted to do a victory lap, but to your point, it spun out at the last minute. Nice move right there by Kamar.
Slauson faked the three and then drove to the basket and a foul. The savvy senior Jalen Slauson pulled the defender in the air, went around him, basket and foul.
Watch it here again. He just goes by Glisson and there's nobody to help. Kind of just everybody's watching. Slauson, he's athletic, he's got a high motor. I say this almost every time I do a game. He's a guy scored 19 points his entire freshman year, and now he's well over 1,000. He's arguably one of the top 5 players in the Southern Conference. He just continued to work and get better. Credit him. Credit the Furman staff for player development as well.
Robertson working hard against a very tight Furman defense. Again, the shot clock under 10. And they're going to get Grant for the travel. Trying to make something happen with the shot clock winding down. That'll be Mercer's 5th turnover.
A little bit of a drought right now for Mercer.
Yeah, over 3 minutes. This is what's been the part of the problem in recent games, going several minutes without scoring, and against a team like Furman, it can hurt you because the Paladins are currently on an 8-0 run.
Yeah, a lot of, and you see Bothwell again just go right by a Mercer defender.
And Greg Gary has called a timeout as the Paladins are on a roll right now, making it look easy on the offensive end with a quick bucket there. That was Mike Bothwell driving to the basket. So Furman taking control. They lead 33-18 now thanks to the Bothwell basket. Greg Gary gets the timeout. 9:02 to go here in the first half. So offensively, Mercer better, but it's on the defensive end right now where they really have to tighten up because this Furman team is very talented.
Absolutely, and they generally can have 4 and many times 5 guys at the offensive end who are capable scorers. They may not all be 3-point shooters, but they can put the ball in the basket anytime that they touch it. And they are right now, they're just beating Mercer Bears one-on-one to the basket or for pull-up jump shots.
Yeah, they are 14 of 17 from the field thus far, and this is coming into the game. I mean, they're obviously a talented team. They're scoring almost 82 points a game and shooting at 50%. Much higher today, but that's a good mark right there, Dave.
That is an outstanding mark. And then you see assists, 19.4. That's top 10 in the country. You and I were talking before the game. They assist on 65% of their made shots. Now, to think about that, most coaches are happy at 55. And if you consider, hey, there's offensive rebounds, there's a steal and a dunk or a layup where there's no assist involved, that is a really high percentage.
Robertson will launch at threes. Mercer's best 3-point shooter, in and out, but Zanoni hustles for the rebound. He finds himself wide open and makes it. So Zanoni takes advantage of the momentary defensive lapse, his 2nd bucket of the game.
Nice job by Zanoni. He was really just shooting threes to start the season, and now, boy, he's picked up that mid-range. He's confident off the bounce. Really gained a lot of confidence here over the last, 3 or 4 weeks.
Foul there on Robertson, trying to stop Pegues from getting to the basket. Mercer's 5th team foul. Furman has only committed 2 thus far.
People may wonder, as many Bears that have played, and you haven't seen David Craig, just a tough game for him, right? A matchup against Slauson or Heen or even Alex Williams, just really difficult on the perimeter.
Marcus Foster is on fire from beyond the arc, hits yet another one, his 4th 3. He has 12 points, and the lead now quickly up to 15.
Well, if you're Mercer, you can't feel like you've got to match them. Yet another charge off the bounce by a charge taken by a Furman Paladin. That's now the 3rd one here in the first half.
Hurtado pleading his case with the officials, does not get it. Strong defense. Offensive foul. Furman ball when we come back. 7 minutes, 56 seconds left to go. Furman shooting lights out. 6 of 7 from beyond the arc. You're watching college basketball on ESPN. It's the SoCon on a Wednesday night. Furman Paladin setting a blistering pace. We have played a little over 12 minutes. They already have 36 points on the board, Dean.
Well, they average 82. Yeah, that's something that Greg Gary certainly was talking about in the huddle right there. Is Paladins 15 of 18 from the floor. You just simply have to start defending a little better. Not yet, though.
Jalen Slauson slices to the basket and makes a bucket. He now has 6 points.
Well, the thing is, when Furman's not making threes, they've been able to beat Mercer off the bounce one-on-one for jump shots.
Quinones, the freshman, provided some spark when he came in earlier. Mercer again digging deep into the shot clock. We get ready to go to 5. Robertson, tough shot there, but they get a foul. Going to get Pegues, and that will send Kamar Robertson to the line to shoot 2.
But you can't really say enough about Furman overall as you watch Kamar Robertson get to the rim right there. Clear foul. Look, offensively, they've been just, you can't be much better. They're darn near perfect. And then at the defensive end, it's not so much what Mercer isn't doing, it's really what Furman's doing defensively. They're taking charges, they're guarding the ball one-on-one, and just making it difficult. And oh, by the way, that's only the 2nd foul by Furman, so they're defending without fouling.
Robertson, 82% free throw shooter, 6-foot senior from Alpharetta, has really upped his game at the line. So he makes 2. Slauson to Pegues, who went backdoor and lays it in. Great teamwork right there. Slauson found the cutting Pegues for the layup.
Well, we showed that graphic earlier, assist to made field goals. Yet another one. That's assist number 9 on 17 field goals.
And he gets Slauson for a foul out near the half-court line. Bob Ritchie not happy with that, but he has to be happy with the way his team's playing. 17 of 20 now from the floor for Furman.
I'm not great at math, but I know that's 85%, and that's really, really good in basketball shooting. That's good at that's outstanding at the free throw line when you're not being guarded.
Layups, 17 of 20 is good. Hurtado.
Mercer continues to try to run their offense. They've got good spacing.
Again, under 10 on the shot clock. Under 5. Robertson's just going to have to let the 3 go. No, that'll be an air ball, shot clock violation.
Well, and what happens when you can guard the ball one-on-one, then the 4 other defenders can lock in, and it makes it that much more difficult to try to find an open man. You saw a little frustration right there by Kamar Robertson of, hey guys, get open. Well, it's not that easy against good, solid defense of what Furman's doing right now.
Turnovers 7-1. The Bears with the 7. Keene, why not? The way they're shooting. A rare miss for the Paladins.
And that was more of a miss than really good defense. That screen pulled McCreary off of Heen.
McCreary tries to get open down low, couldn't, so they spin it around to Quinones. McCreary hits the deck. Foul called against the Paladins. That'll be their 4th non-shooting foul.
Kind of an inadvertent foul. It was no intent right there, but the official had to call it because it took McCreary to the floor. First time seeing this Furman team live, and they are very impressive. A lot of good pieces.
Hurtado.
Well, you'll notice they can switch 1 through 5, so it makes it really difficult on screens or dribble handoffs.
Alex Williams with the basketball up top. Hurtado on him. Williams went to the basket. They're going to get Hurtado for the foul. That will be the 7th team foul, and that will send Alex Williams to the line to shoot 1 and 1.
Hurtado, he tried to get the steal up top and then doesn't move his feet quite enough to get in position on Williams, about a half of a length behind there.
Williams, a sophomore, 6'5", from Xenia, Ohio, 50% shooter from the foul line.
Archbishop Moeller in Cincinnati, and they've had some good basketball teams and players, but boy, they're still great in high school football. For those of us old enough to remember, is it Jerry? And why have I drawn a complete blank? He went to Notre Dame. Jerry Faust.
Yes. Yep, legendary coach.
Almost unbeatable during his time at Moeller there.
Yep. They were one of the real true early powerhouses in high school football. Grant had 3 early baskets, quiet since then. Nice move there. So Shannon Grant has 8 to lead the Bears.
Well, Bothwell has tried to come on the backside. Each time Grant has gone away from him and freed himself one-on-one. I think that's something the Bears need to continue to look at now and into the second half.
Soft touch shot there by Bothwell. The floater no good. Battle for the loose ball ends up in Keane's hands. Foster, he has been on fire. 5 threes now for Marcus Foster.
Well, Walker wasn't able to save it over there in the corner to a teammate. And then the Bears defense was just scramble mode.
Quinones, nice move, fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Marcus Foster, 6'5" redshirt junior from Atlanta, as we said, coming off a 21.11 rebound effort against ETSU and has really been playing well, only averaging a little under 11 a game, but today he is on fire.
Well, again, he's a guy that the coaches talked about last year, and they said, boy, next year will be his time. Because we just have seen over the last 2 years, and we know what he's going to do in the offseason. He did it, and he is a guy that, look, if you're seeing him for the first time, you're like, wow, what a terrific shooter. Yes, but he can do more than that. And he's got enough size where he can guard on the perimeter as well. He's been a part of this Paladin defense here in the first half.
Quinones hits 1 of 2 from the foul line. There he is. Spins in. Drops it to Heen. Backs in on Grant. Tough shot. Used the glass well. Rebound to Quinones. Zanoni. And again, Furman back very quickly on defense.
Yep. Outstanding defensive transition.
Robertson banging, got it back, puts it up again and gets it to go. Perseverance pays off for the senior Kamar Robertson. So that'll bring us to the under 4 timeout. 3 minutes, 36 seconds to be exact. The Bears trying to cut into this Furman lead. The Paladins lighting it up on the visitors, on the visiting court tonight. Playing very well. They lead by 16. You're watching college basketball on ESPN.
Three-point shooting in conference play, they're just 12 of 51 entering tonight for 23.5%. So it's defense right now tonight, but it's also been the offense in the first 4 games of conference play.
Kamar Robertson back to the line. Has 4 points. Tries to complete the 3-point play. He's had a couple like that. He had a layup that spun in and out, and now the free throw rims out. So the Paladins with the ball. Bothwell to Foster. And there's Slauson. There's 3 veterans. Slauson thought about it. And now Quinones knifes in and takes it away. Charge down the other way. Again, Furman back. Glisson for 3. Yes! The senior's been looking for that 3 ball. Gets it to go, and the Bears have cut the lead to 13.
Yeah, you got to think that gives Glisson a little bit of confidence here. Maybe that can get this crowd into it, get this Bears team to where they can get a little bit of a rally before halftime.
Going to be a foul there, and that was Ben Vanderwall was cutting to the basket, and he got cut off, and that'll send the freshman to the foul line to shoot.
Well, we've seen variations of that curl cut throughout the half, and what's got the angst of Greg Gary is they're putting Marcus Foster opposite of the curl, so he's in one corner And because you've got to stay locked in on him, there's nobody in the lane helping when that man curls into the lane. Good offense by Bob Ritchie. Vanderwall, really the only freshman on this Furman team that's getting any kind of minutes. He's had a good first half of the season. Good size, good touch. I mean, he's going to be a good player. Just another one in a long line of guys that they've been able to get out of the Midwest, and then they just continue to grow. Each year they get a little bit better.
Goes 1 for 2, does the freshman from Elmhurst, Illinois. So the Bears with the basketball. Down 14. Looking for another good possession offensively, and a foul there. They're going to get Tyrese Huey. And that will be a 1-and-1. So that's Furman's 7th foul, and they'll send James Glisson to the line.
You know, if you're Mercer, this is really a big 2.5 minutes or so, because, you know, you got a chance if you can get this thing back to a manageable number, whatever that means, right? Is it 7, 8, is it 10? But if you can go in feeling good about yourself, they came out with such energy and effort. They hit the offensive glass. Shannon Grant got going. And then their defense failed them a little bit and allowed Marcus Foster and the rest of the Paladins just feel good about themselves. And you looked up and the lead's, you know, double digits in 15.
Was a 19-point lead. The 2 free throws by Glisson have cut it down to 12. There's Foster, 5 for 5 from 3-point range thus far tonight. This time he's going to go inside. And then brings it back out to Joe Anderson. Keene with the smaller man on him. Now Bothwell. Shot clock dipping to 4. Bothwell's going to have to put it up. It's a fadeaway, and it goes in. Great defense by the Bears, but that kind of night shooting-wise for Furman.
Yeah, that's a backbreaker mentally for Mercer because you did such a good job for 28 seconds.
Robertson seizes the opening. Nice move to the basket. Didn't get it. Body contact, no foul. Foster back the other way. Bothwell, the veteran. Nice dish to Keene. Open corner jumper, Slauson, yes. So the Bears make a run, and the 2 seniors come back, Bothwell and Slauson, with 5 straight points, and the lead's up to 17.
Yeah, just like that, and that's what Furman can do. They can defend you at one end, and then they can make you pay at the other end offensively. That's why they're averaging 82 points a game.
8 of 10 now from beyond the arc for the Paladins. Nice move by Sean Walker. Couldn't get it to go, and Foster snatches the rebound, and Anderson quickly back the other way. Foster, can he make it 6? No, but he'll go to the line to shoot 3. And nearly made that one while getting fouled.
Yeah, it's been that kind of a night thus far. Watch it here again, and Sean Walker gets caught just for a second. He thinks better of going underneath the screen, but it's too late. Then once he starts going over top, he jumps into Marcus Foster, who was already in the air.
Foster in averaging a little under 11. He already has 15 and goes to the foul line to shoot 3. He's an 87% foul shooter.
He's a guy that's not only gotten better, but, you know, he's gotten a little more athletic. He's built his body out. I mean, he's just become a really solid basketball player. I said it at tip-off many times. He's their most valuable player. I don't know if he's their best player. Slauson and Bothwell are outstanding in all Southern Conference for a reason, but Foster's a guy that can do so many things at both ends of the floor. And with that frame, 6'4", 200, He's just another guy on the perimeter defensively that can switch out. He can guard a James Glisson. He can even guard a Shannon Grant for, 18 or 20 seconds of a possession, keep the ball out of his hands.
8-0 run for the Paladins. A 12-point lead is now up to 20, their biggest of the night. Foster with 18. Robertson inside, help from Slauson, and back the other way comes Foster. About a 4-second difference on the shot clock and the game clock, so the Paladins will have to shoot it. And they go to Bothwell, of course, the senior. Tried to find Slauson, ball bounced right back to Bothwell. He will fire up another one. Keene gets the rebound. His little hook is no good, and that will bring us to the end of the first half. So a couple of rare misses by the Paladins, but they had enough offense to jump out to a 52-32 lead. Furman strong right now through the first 20 minutes. Both teams head to the locker room. Furman on top. You're watching college basketball on ESPN. It's the SoCon on a Wednesday night. We're back after this.
They saw up in Cullowhee and Samford.
All right, J.P. Pegues. Pegues drives to the basket, throws it high off the glass, no good. So the Bears get a stop and now come down trying to put points on the board quickly here in the second half.
Well, that's a little bit of fool's gold. You got to stop, but you got beat. It was as much Pegues missing that layup as it was good defense.
Shot clock under 10. Walker behind the screen, open for three. Here comes Foster the other way.
Yeah, another late clock possession for Mercer.
Pegues tried to get it to Heen. Heen thought he was fouled, no call, so the Bears get the ball back. Walker, strong drive to the basket. First basket of the second half belongs to Mercer's Sean Walker Jr., and the lead is 18.
And that's exactly what you need. You need some drives to the basket and or throw it inside to Shannon Grant, and then if you score, get back like they have right here and play 5-on-5.
Back door cut, and Heen missed the wide open layup. So Furman has come out and missed their first 3 shots here to start the second half. Going to get a blocking foul as Luis Hurtado Jr. drove to the basket.
Yeah, it's just a minute and 18 seconds in, but watch this here again, the drive by Hurtado. Foster, the Paladins took 3 charges in the first half, so I think he thought he could potentially get a 4th right there, but boy, Furman's so good shooting in the first half, and now they've missed a couple of point-blank shots in close.
But getting good looks.
That's right. Been a lot of wet floor cleanup needed here.
Very fast-paced first half. Second half thus far, we've only seen 1 basket here in the first minute and 18 seconds, and that belongs to Mercer. Luis Hurtado says, yep, that's good. Gave it his seal of approval. Glisson up top. And now Hurtado. Grant, the big man, doesn't usually go out there, but makes that one. So Shannon Grant, first Mercer Bear in double figures. He has 10 in his best offensive performance of the season thus far.
Yeah, Grant's got to feel good about his offensive performance here. And maybe this kickstart him, not only for tonight, but moving forward into Southern Conference play. Shannon Grant, he's got to be a piece in the Bear offensive puzzle for them to be successful in Southern Conference play.
Missed the first 13 games. There's Foster trying to get another 3 to go. No, but Foster hustled and got the rebound.
Yeah, Zanoni just didn't put a body on him. Great hustle by Foster right there.
Keene, backdoor, Pegues missed the layup. So the Paladins have missed a couple of really easy shots, and the Bears with a chance to cut the lead to 14. And we're going to get an offensive foul. So just as Mercer gets a little momentum, offensive foul, I believe they're going to get Shannon Grant.
They did, and on the previous possession where Grant kind of stepped out and hit that 16-footer, he and Heen were battling a little bit. Heen got away with grabbing onto the jersey. I know they've been going at each other here at the start of the second half, possibly talking, and many times the second offender's the one that gets caught by the officials.
Grant on Heen. Walker on Bothwell. Bothwell quick drew the foul as he spun to the basket.
He's a hard guard one-on-one. I mean, Walker is arguably Mercer's best perimeter defender, and he's pretty darn good among Southern Conference perimeter players. And Bothwell's strong. He's a lefty, so I mean, he can go either way. Just an experienced guy that knows how to score. He's a true combo guard.
6'3" senior from Cleveland Heights, Ohio, 83% foul shooter. Now, the other night with the win over ETSU, both Bothwell and Jalen Slauson, that was their 100th career win at Furman, a testament to how long and how much they've put into this program.
Absolutely, and in this day and age of the transfer portal where immediately, guys, something doesn't go right. You know, if I'm a betting man, those two wanted to come back after how last season ended, that gut-wrenching loss to Chattanooga on David Jean-Baptiste near half-court heave that sent the Mocs to the NCAA tournament.
And Glisson answers with his second three of the night, so James Glisson Jr. 8 points now.
Yeah, unfinished business by the Paladins, and it starts with Bothwell and Slauson.
Foster went to the basket. Grant says he was holding me, so why am I getting the foul? Greg Gary echoing that. We'll
Watch it
take a
again.
look at it here.
Yeah, that was an interesting call. I don't know if Grant had his left hand on the hip. Regardless, the call is made, and Foster goes to the free throw line. And again, we're going to need some mop duty out on the court.
So James Glisson, the third's three-pointer, has cut the lead to 14. So the Bears have been able to knock 6 off it. But you're now having Marcus Foster to the line to shoot 2. 3 for 3 from the line in the first half, 87% on the season from the stripe.
Good looking free throw. I wanted to make sure he was mortal after missing that first 3 of the second half. Watch this here again.
He's got Grant hooked.
Yeah, that's great camera work by our crew. It showed exactly what happened right there, and they got hooked up. And kind of another example of, you know, sometimes the second guy is the one that gets called for the foul.
So Foster now with 20 on the night. The freshman Jacques Quinones had moments in the first half, played very well. Now to Glisson. McCreary. No points in the first half.
Well, you mentioned it. He didn't start, bothered by that injury on Saturday.
Quinones slipped inside for the tip-in after the ball just rolled out from McCreary. Quinones stuck with it.
Well, much like McCreary, Quinones has got a knack for going to offensive glass and just getting tips in hopes that it goes in.
Oh, nice feed, but he tried to slam it. It didn't go, but stayed in the cylinder and then went back in, so he gets the basket.
Nice unselfish move by Slauson right there. He could have shot that.
And the Bears then turn it over, ball back to the Paladins.
Unfortunately, McCreary tried to do just a little bit too much.
Furman team puts a lot of pressure on you at both ends of the floor, Dean.
They do. Yeah, I said it in the first half. They can switch 1 through 5, meaning anytime there's a ball screen or a curl into the paint, any 5 guys they have on the floor that can guard any of your offensive players, and that makes it really hard to run smooth offense.
The Geese cut off by Hurtado. Now Vanderwall. Vanderwall just threw one up, almost went in. Quinones back the other way for Mercer.
No, the thing about when you have a program, and this truly is a program that Bob Ritchie has developed, you can have guys come in and you don't have to count on a freshman like Vanderwall, who, by the way, is really talented. And you get guys that stick around for 4 or 5 years, like Foster, Bothwell, Slauson. As you see Bothwell there again, terrific individual move. You don't have to rely on transfers. You can occasionally mix one in, i.e. Conley, Garrison last year, Carter Witt this year. But you've got you grow in your own.
And Bothwell will go to the line to try and complete the three-point play. The Paladins back up by 18. You're watching college basketball, the Southern Conference on ESPN. Glad to have you with us. Southern Conference matchup between the Paladins and the Bears. Action resumes. Mike Bothwell, the 6'3" senior, will be going to the line to try and complete the three-point play. Bothwell with 11 on the night, 5 of 6 from the floor.
You see the Mercer bench right there, and you know Greg Gary just continues to tell his guys, dig in, stay focused. He knows that, look, every possession matters, and it's as much we talked about Furman wanting to come out and get better and try to capture the win, not only for tonight but the long haul, but same with Mercer. Like, do you want to get that first win? Absolutely. But as they're getting ready to go on the road here, you've got to get better every game.
Bothwell completes the three-point play. So the lead was 20 at the half. The Bears cut it to 14, now back up to 19. Quinones, the freshman, has 8 points. It's been an offensive spark for Mercer. The other freshman, Zanoni, off the screen, got a good look at it. Huey snatched the rebound, and they get it in the hands of the man who controls the basketball for this team, J.P. Pegues.
He's next in a long line of really good point guards. Stephen Kroon, John Davis.
Good defense there.
It was Alex Hunter. Sorry about that. I mean, 3 really good ones over the course of a decade.
Yes. Listen was able to match up there with Slauson. Slauson lost the ball out of bounds.
You know, Alex Hunter's a guy, he had 122 career starts, 156 career games. You know, entering this season, Bob Ritchie said, I'd never coached a game without Alex as our point guard. And I think that's taken some time for this team to rally around not only Pegues, but Joe Anderson and Carter Witt.
Glisson's 3 no good, out of bounds. Paladins basketball. Not a lot of transfers on this Furman team, Dean. They've got guys that have come and stayed with this program.
Absolutely. They grow their own, and their tagline, their mantra is work while you wait. Right? Whether it's in a redshirt situation or it's, you know, you may not be playing as much as somebody else, the freshman somewhere else.
Great block by Kamar Robertson as Pegues tried to make the layup. Glisson. Cut off. Still working. Off the glass and good. Strong offensive move. James Glisson III would not be denied.
And you can't question the effort by Mercer. I mean, they're trying to do what they can. Boy, they're just facing a really, really good basketball team tonight.
Bothwell with another huge basket. Every time the Bears get a little momentum, number 3 steps up to snuff it out.
Yep, it was Marcus Foster in the first half, and it has been Bothwell here in the second half.
Walker works hard. Nice move. Gets inside. Sean Walker Jr. Strong move.
Question is, can the Bears string together 3 or 4 defensive stops?
McCreary now on Bothwell. Gives it off to Pegues for the long 3. And I think they're going to get Quinones on the foul as he tried to box out on Slauson, who was crashing the boards.
It's kind of been that night, right? You get Pegues to take what could be, you know, a not so good shot, and then you just don't finish the play with the defensive rebound.
Joe Anderson will trigger the inbounds play for Furman. And there's Bothwell banging inside, follows it up once. Again, still no.
He gave him the broadcaster jinx after that last possession. Been so good. It just missed 2 point blank right there.
See if the Bears can take advantage. Bothwell clapping his hands on the defensive end.
He looks up at the Jumbotron to see if there was a replay, just saying, how did I miss that?
Walker able to drive and get a bucket last possession. Now dishes to Quinones. Hangs in the air, battle for it. Keene in the middle of the battle. Going to be a foul on Jalen McCreary for Mercer. And already the 1-1, so we have played just a little over 7 minutes here in the second half. And the Paladins will now be at the line in the bonus for the rest of the 12-19 in the second half.
That's tough. And again, Furman with just one foul, similar to how the first half went, where they got to the bonus first and they really never allowed Mercer to get to the free throw line. Boy, and you can defend at a high level without fouling. Bob Ritchie's got his guys dialed in tonight.
Keene just a 57% foul shooter, but makes them both.
Yeah, that's really, he's 57% from the floor and the free throw line. Really the only weakness, if there is such a thing in his game. He's just rock solid for the Paladins.
Nice feed inside, Walker to Grant. Shannon Grant continues his strong play. He now has a dozen. A turnover, Walker back the other way. Furman back quickly on defense. But they find Grant open underneath. The same combination, back-to-back buckets, Walker to Grant.
And again, just a little bit of energy now. Bob Ritchie has confidence in his team. He's going to wait for the under 12 media timeout. That's when you know you got a veteran group, you trust, there's no entitlement.
There's Bothwell. Good defense by Robertson, but he's able to use the screen. Shot clock tips down. Bothwell's going to have to fire a long three. Battle for the rebound, bodies fall. Keene and Robertson on the deck. And we've hit the under 12 timeout. 11 minutes and 20 seconds to play. Second half. Bears trying to climb back in it. Paladins making it tough. You're watching Southern Conference basketball on ESPN. Welcome back to Hawkins Arena, where Furman leads Mercer 65-49. 11 minutes and 20 seconds to play here in the second half. Let's check out what's happening around the Southern Conference. ETSU on top of the Citadel, Chattanooga and Western Carolina battling. Chattanooga the advantage there. UNCG and VMI. UNCG playing well to start the season, and Samford undefeated in the conference at home tonight against Wofford. Dean.
Yeah, and if Chattanooga and Samford, the home teams tonight, can hold serve, those two will clash Saturday evening on ESPNU. But you know, the league is so balanced. On any given night, I think just about anybody can beat anybody this year. Maybe more than the last 4 or 5 years, where there was 3 or 4 teams that you just felt like they're just going to win.
So Bears basketball. They've made 4 of their last 5 shots, so offensively starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm. Furman makes it tough defensively, though. Walker, 3-point shot, no good. Good rebound, Glisson. Quinones thought about it and drives the reverse, no good. Strong move, just wouldn't go for the Bears.
Another possession where it just, you just try to inch a little bit closer now with the clock headed toward the 10-minute mark, and the Bears just can't get it to go down.
And they get Kamar Robertson for a foul away from the ball, and the Paladins will go to the line for 1-1.
You said it earlier, there's about 12 minutes to go, and the Paladins were already in the bonus. But when you're on the road and you got a lead, you've got to be pleased if you're Bob Ritchie that you find your way to the free throw line. And they're a good free throw shooting team as well. They're 74% as a team, and just about anybody that goes there is pretty solid. As again, Bothwell misses, never fails.
It's rare. He shoots 83%. He's missed a couple from the line. McCreary, listen. Bears working hard to get somebody open. And the quick hands of Slauson able to knock the ball away, and the Paladins create the turnover. And Slauson goes all the way down the other end. Went one end to the other.
It's just too easy.
Slauson on the defensive end and then transforms it into points on the offensive end. Glisson driving to the basket draws the foul. Non-shooting foul, and only the third team foul for Furman.
And we haven't seen it tonight in its fullness, but Slauson's the reigning defensive player of the year in the Southern Conference, and he's so good at the defensive end. He talks. Not a huge shot blocker. He alters a lot, but he's athletic. He can guard inside and out. I mean, just again, another one of those versatile players the Paladins have.
Quick jump ball call, possession arrow Mercer's way, so the Bears will retain.
And the Bears are so good at out of bounds under situations. We call them special situations, but thus far Furman has defended them very well, not allowed anything in close.
Got the ball that time into Robertson, who was able to hang in the air. Missed the shot, but he'll go to the line to shoot two, and he's an outstanding foul shooter.
And nice job right there by Robertson. Just really started moving right before the ball was handed to his teammate out of bounds. Number one has talent. He has speed. Not shooting it as much, I mean, as you'd think, maybe almost 50% behind the arc this year, almost double what he did a year ago. Really was never healthy a year ago, but other than missing a part of a couple of games this year, he's been solid, and boy, they need him during Southern Conference play.
2 free throws, cuts the lead to 16. Bothwell in the corner. There's the other senior, Slauson. The freshman Quinones on him. Slauson takes him to the basket. Good job by Quinones, though. Kept Slauson away from the basket. The Bears lost the ball out of bounds. Paladins retained possession.
I don't think the ball hit the rim. They reset it to 20. I think it should go to 3.
Yes, you're exactly right. Veteran referee Zelton Steed held up 3 fingers.
But boy, you just clench your fist there that, boy, Quinones did such a good job on Slauson, but you can't finish the play and come up with the...
Continued good defense. Bears get it. Chance to creep a little closer. Robertson, you said he could shoot that 3, Dean. Had a good look and it rolled off the back rim. And then Quinones with the foul on Marcus Foster battling for the rebound.
Yeah, nice extra pass by James Glisson to teammate Kamar Robertson, running a 23-1 for the 3, but this wasn't going to go down. One of those nights now, a foul, and the Paladins back at the line, and for a 1-and-1, and then the double bonus moving forward.
Foster on a 20-point night, 5 of 5 from the free throw line, and that rims out. So Back-to-back misses from Foster and Bothwell, who are usually always money at the foul line. There's another opportunity. Robertson went in the lane. Good quick hands there. And the Paladins create the turnover. And Pegues back the other way. Robertson battling at the other end on defense. Pegues, short jumper. No. McCreary back the other way. Again, an opportunity for Mercer to get it to 14. McCreary working hard. He has struggled, but there continues to battle, and the foul on Bothwell. So good hard work right there by Jalen McCreary.
It certainly was. And are they going to say he was shooting? Or was that on a loose ball offensive rebound? Not sure. Looks like he's standing near the line.
It looks like Zelton Steed has the basketball pointing next to him, which is underneath the basket.
Yeah, that makes sense. Watch it again. McCreary, great job battling inside. And Bothwell thought he got all ball. Regardless, it would have been out on him. That just gives him a foul. That's his third, Bothwell's third, as you mentioned.
McCreary usually is deadly from there, but thus far tonight, no. Zanoni will try the three. No. Grant rebound. Grant gets it to go. Shannon Grant, a force inside. Two more for the big guy, the junior from Sylacauga, Alabama. And the lead is 14. Whistle and Grant. This is what Mercer didn't need. We'll go under 8, so Shannon Grant, 16 points, and comes up limping. And we'll take a timeout. The Bears have cut it to 14. One of the big reasons why, though, limps to the bench. Furman up 67-53. You're watching Southern Conference basketball on ESPN. UNCG will not be back home until 2 weeks from tonight against ETSU.
Yeah, nothing easy right now. Boy, sometimes when it rains, it pours. 3 in a row on the road and 4 out of 5. And none of those venues, you can say, well, VMI, you know, they're also 0-4 in the league, maybe 0-5 after tonight. But it's not easy to play inside Cameron Hall in Lexington, especially if the Keydets, those freshmen, are there. You feel for Greg Gary right now, but better days ahead.
So Shannon Grant, who hobbled off the court, is not on the bench right now. He leads Mercer with 16 points. Nice defense by McCreary as Williams couldn't get it to go. May have gotten a foul, though, just as the shot clock expired. Alex Williams missed the first opportunity, got it back, and then right before the shot clock buzzer went off, the foul that sends Williams to the line.
Yeah, great job. Forced Williams to use the offhand. Doesn't come, it gets kind of pushed underneath the basket. And then just enough of a nudge and a foul there. Again, sound like a broken record, but it's kind of been that night for the Mercer Bears. They just can't get a break.
Well, the two 80% foul shooters missed them. The 50% foul shooter goes to the line and knocks down both of them, does Alex Williams.
Well, the defense has been much better by Mercer here in the second half.
Yeah, both teams struggling from the floor. Furman one of their last 10, but Mercer only one of their last 7. One of their last 8 now. And the ball is off of Sean Walker Jr., Paladins possession.
Yeah, McCreary now, what, 0 of 6 from the floor, and I think all 6 shots you would take if you were Mercer. Mid-range, going to the rim. He's generally so accurate in there, and just hasn't been able to get anything going to go down. You wonder, did the injury on Saturday, now, 3 days later, how much has he practiced? How much is that hurting his balance? Just a tough night for the transfer.
came in shooting nearly 59% from the field.
Yeah, one of the top marksmen in the Southern Conference, field goal wise.
Bothwell, they're going to get Walker on a hold of Slauson as he tried to get free. And that will send Jalen Slauson to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and that's a difficult guard. As hard as Mike Bothwell is to guard out in the open area, Slauson really hard if he can get, you know, anywhere from 5-6 feet inside the near the paint or just outside. Boy, he is a hard guard.
79% foul shooter, makes 2 now, has 13. Came in averaging 14 on the season per game. For the last 4 points for the Paladins at the foul line. Zanoni and Walker bottled up again. Glisson, nice feed to Zanoni, who cut strong to the basket. Great job by James Glisson III to find the open man.
An excellent cut, and I think there was a violation right there. No, maybe there wasn't. I'm not sure why Michael Terry, the official, blew the whistle and stopped play. Thought maybe Slauson had stepped over the line and when he was inbounding it to Pegues.
Pegues controls the ball, and now there's Foster. Vanderwall to Bothwell, backdoor cut, and a collision there. Oh, Vanderwall and Kamar Robertson. And I think Michael Zanoni, all 3 of them hit the deck.
A nice back cut by Vanderwall right there. I think got his legs clipped out from under him. It initially thought maybe heads and shoulders may have hit, but I think he just more scared than anything else. Looks like he's got his breath.
Everyone is back up and staying on the court as Ben Vanderwall, the freshman from Illinois, 74% foul shooter, goes to the line. Knocks it down.
Just a solid, multi-dimensional player. Vanderwall can play a number of positions. Not a point guard, but can handle the basketball, but really good at the off guard, at the wing. Could probably play a little small ball with him as well because he shoots it well enough from the 4 slot.
Out of bounds, Slauson tried to save it. Couldn't. As you can see, the senior, though, hustling even with his team up by 18. Robertson drives, going to get the offensive foul. Great job by Vanderwall.
It certainly was. And again, that was just one of those 4 players really standing around, not cutting, curling to the basket, and it leaves that defender, or excuse me, that offensive player out to guard one-on-one with the defender. That's the 4th charge tonight taken by Furman.
Foster cut off by McCreary. Now Slauson had an opening. And Walker does a great job of stealing the pass, then feeding Glisson. A collision there between Glisson and Foster. Zelton Steed says Foster was the last one to touch it, so it's Mercer basketball.
This Furman team, we've talked about how solid they are at both ends. Hadn't been quite as clean in the second half, but to their defense, that you didn't think that they were going to shoot 70% again from the floor. But, you know, good defense is kind of the byproduct of just multiple actions, and they've been really good at that.
Glisson, difficult shot underneath, and Slauson comes away with the basketball. Under control and drives it straight down the middle.
That's the second time this half that Slauson has had his way in transition. and found his way all the way to the basket.
15 for Jalen Slauson. Kamar Robertson bumped as he drove to the basket. They're going to get Foster on the foul. The 6th foul on Furman, so the Bears still not in the bonus. They will be on the next foul. And Shannon Grant is going to try and come back into this game.
That is a terrific sign for the Bears. It's not only how well he's played tonight, but it's a sign of what he's capable of doing and to being that inside presence that they desperately need at both ends.
And 16 points, 6 rebounds for Shannon Grant, 8 of 9 from the field. Walker into Grant. Zanoni let the 3 fly, and Vanderwall the rebound.
He thought better of it to push it ahead, and with a 20-point lead, take what the defense gives you.
Bothwell now on Grant. Grant cut him off. Bothwell uses the body, hangs in the air, and gets the bucket. And Grant now goes back down. I don't know if it's an ankle, a cramp. He's obviously in a lot of pain.
You kind of knew how that possession was going to end in terms of Bothwell going one-on-one. He wasn't going to give it up. He backed it out with 14 seconds on the shot clock.
Greg Gary now coming down to look. Bothwell always in control, just a veteran presence out there, Dean.
Yeah, you know, we say, hey, is someone a point guard? Are they an off guard? I mean, he's just a really good basketball player. I don't care what you call him. He just, to your point, rock solid's the best way to say it. Can score in a variety of ways. He averages almost 20 a game, but 4 assists, so he's not selfish. He can be a point guard if you need him to facilitate. He's solid at the defensive end. I mean, he's got a chance. He's going to play somewhere. I'm not suggesting he's an NBA player, but he'll make money at this game if he so chooses when his Furman career is done. And there's Alex Hunter's playing in Greece. Conley Garrison is in Germany. Clay Mounts is playing. There's multiple Furman Paladins around the world, and he'll be another one if he wants to. Same with Jalen Slauson. These guys are talented. They're older, and they're mature, and they will be successful if they want. Well, they'll be successful in life, not just as professional basketball players.
Robertson, the pull-up jumper. Nice soft touch for Kamar Robertson.
They get the switch again, one-on-one, and you know, can he contain Slauson? He's not going to get help.
Lawson missed the shot, so credit Quinones there with good defense, and Hurtado back the other way in a hurry, but cut off by Bothwell. Quinones, tough shot, didn't get the roll. Foul there, and I believe it's going to be on TJ Grant, who was trying to block out the big-bodied Jalen Slauson. So the under 4 timeout, 3 minutes, 38 seconds left to play. Paladins and the Bears on a Wednesday night. Furman in command. You're watching college basketball on ESPN. Big matchup with UNCG, then on the road at Chattanooga. So a couple of big ball games coming up here. A tough little stretch for Furman, because you've also got Samford and then a road matchup with UNCG.
Yeah, again, nothing easy. Sound like a broken record, but think about this. Inside of Timmons, since the start of the 15-16 season, they're 92-15 inside Timmons Arena. They're on campus, and that's 51-7 in SoCon play. So pretty darn good when you got talent, coaching, and a home court advantage. Boy, that makes you hard to beat.
Robertson hangs in the air. No battle for the rebound. Robertson gets it back. That one goes. Strong effort by the senior Kamar Robertson, playing well tonight for Mercer. He's now in double figures with 10 points. Foster's been quiet in the second half, goes right to the basket and lays it in. That gives him 22 on the night for Marcus Foster.
You've got to push up on Foster because he's proven to be a three-point threat, but you just can't let him have a clear run to the lane right there.
Hurtado against Vanderwall. Robertson, good job to control the pass. Battles his way to the basket. Kamar Robertson is fighting tonight. Battling there with J.P. Pegues, gets the foul and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Boy, that's one of those, that's a 50-50 call. If you're a Furman fan, you're not happy. If you're a Mercer fan, you certainly are. Watch it again here. And I thought Robertson may have leaned in as much as the Furman defender Pegues pushed on him.
Robertson now with 11, averaging 12.5 per game on the season. Good night for Kamar Robertson. Foster guarded by Hurtado. The freshman Grant on Pegues. Tough matchup for Grant. But he did a good job, forced the errant shot, and Quinones back the other way. Score! The freshman Jock Quinones, youngster from Orlando, showing some potential tonight, Dean.
No, absolutely. He's really, you know, one of those guys that can do a number of different things for you, as you see Foster just come down and stroke it. I was getting ready to say he gave Quinones the layup, right? Didn't really challenge it, just trying to finish the game out, but you see the competitor in him right there.
Shot partially blocked there. Good defense by Garrett Heen. The Foster 6 of 7 from beyond the three-point line tonight.
Foster has just proven. Look, I don't, you know, when you start a scouting report, I would assume if you're an opposing coach, you're talking about Bothwell, and very close second is Slauson, but well, you've got to talk about Marcus Foster. That doesn't even include Garrett Heen, who can beat you.
Foster, yeah, 21 against ETSU. Tonight he has 25 here against Mercer. More subs coming in. Carter Witt is entering the game for Furman, number 11. 6'3" sophomore from Raleigh, North Carolina. Transfer from Wake Forest.
Another point guard on this roster. Think about it, a guy who played 2 seasons at Wake Forest. And look, you get, when you got Pegues and Bothwell and the experience of Joe Anderson, boy, it makes it really tough. But what a valuable talent that Bob Ritchie has to bring a guy like that on the bench late in the game.
All right, so Furman up by 19. All right, we are back. Final minute 17 as both teams come out of the timeout huddle.
Well, it's not reflective in the score per se here in the second half, but the fight has been good by Mercer. They've tried to clean up a few things. It's just they faced a really, really good Furman team that was on top of their game tonight.
Witt. Drive to the basket, lost it out of bounds. Bears basketball. Mercer's put up a good fight. Good shooting night. Furman 63%, including 10 of 16 from three-point range. Hanging in the air that time on a nice feed from Jock Quinones was a fellow freshman, TJ Grant. Didn't get it to go, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
I think the official is trying to get out of here. I think he wasn't going to call that if that went in. It was clearly a foul.
Grant hasn't seen a lot of action, but has struggled at the foul line. Only 3 of 12 on the season.
Furman will head home and feel good about this for Mercer, right? You got to go back to work. And you got to get ready for some road games. We talked about it earlier in the half.
Keene to Witt. Witt, nice move inside. Goes to the line where he will shoot 2. Not seen a lot of action this year, the transfer from Wake Forest. Only 0 of 2 from the foul line.
Yeah, interesting. As much as he'll put it on the floor and get to the rim, surprisingly only been there 2 times.
He's on the score sheet now as the Paladins go up by 19. They led by 20 at half. Bears got it within 14 in the second half, but could get no closer.
Carter Witt is a good player. He was an outstanding high school player. You mentioned played at Wake Forest for 2 years, and that just shows you the talent level on this Paladin team.
How about Giacchinonis, the freshman? 12 points, including 2 right there. To assume that Witt will dribble this one out. And that will wrap it up. Furman will go to 13-5, 4-1 now in the Southern Conference. The Bears will drop to 7-11 and 0-5. And there it is. So career win number 124 for Bob Ritchie. The Furman Paladins come into Hawkins Arena and get the victory. Good solid effort. They were able to spread it around among their big 3, Bothwell, Foster, and Slauson, all in double figures.